like show.
Yeah.
You are now tuned into the LIQ podcast.
Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned into the LIQ podcast. Y'all know the deal, you know the vibe. Thank you for tuning in today. We have a very special episode, and sad that my man Woe is not here. He is homesick right now, so Woe, this drink's for you. Hey, we here. Today's guest, we gonna jump right in it. Man, he's all the way from Chicago. He lives now in Hollywood, pursuing his dreams. He's a recording artist, a model, and actor. As a model, he's collaborated with huge fashion brands such as FootLocker, Foot Action, Calvin Klein, FILA, Express, Zara, and Guess. Recently, he's become the first spiritual leader of the Agora Temple, which is the first Cannabis Based Non-Profit Charity in LA. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a huge favor and give it up for Shevy O'Shea. Let's go. Yeah! What's going on, bro?
What's great, brother?
You chilling?
I'm great, bro. Thanks for the hospitality, bro.
Man, I'm hyped to have you here today, bro. For real. It's been a long time coming.
Yes, man. The evolution, bro. We here, man.
We really out here. He showed up to the studio today. He's like, "This is lit." He's like, "Fuck." He's like, "But it's far as shit." That's tight. How was your day today, bro?
Man, great, bro. Creating this dream, bro. In Los Angeles, California, man. It's a blessing, bro. Right before here, I was working on some music with some amazing people. Drove out here, this long ass drive, but to come make more magic, bro. That's what it's about, man.
Yeah, for real. What do you have one place you record at, or do you record at different studios, or?
The main place I record at is Record Plant, which is like the dopest recording studio in this city.
Yeah, they use that studio in the Rhythm and Flow. I seen it on there. They got a lot of big names that go through that studio.
Yeah,
who are some of the names that record there?
I mean, Indigo, Chris Brown just finished his album there. I've did 2 sessions. Trippie Redd is like right there with me in the kitchen. We eating the snacks. I mean, Ariana Grande, Thank You Next. I mean, the list goes back to Fergalicious.
Yeah, that's fire.
Kanye has lyrics in there.
Yeah.
Like,
so, are you signed to them, or you just use them for the studio, or how? Are you an independent artist? Do you have a label, or?
I mean, right now I'm independent, but I'm wanted by many, taken by none. You know
For real. Yeah, but as far as like you being in that record plant, is that just through like relationships, or like how are you recording there? Like
love, bro.
Love.
It's through love, bro. Like, you know.
Cause you're here from Chicago. You feel me? Like people come to LA, to Hollywood to pursue their dream, and not everybody gets to do what you're doing right now. You feel me? Because there's a lot of struggling artists out there, a lot of them.
I feel it, bro.
Yeah, and so how did you get into that room?
More so by understanding that, you know, it ain't a one-member band, you know what I'm saying? It takes a team, you know, getting those right people to work with you and work for you, that believe in you and want to grow with you and want to see you, you know, just win, and unapologetically just want to see you win. And, you know, I got my team in place, and they making me get in places.
How long has it been since you moved down here?
It's been about October, May, 2 years.
Yeah, and so did you have your team out there and brought them here, or did you build a team here?
Absolutely not. I built my team in California. I believe I had a dream. I realized I could manifest this dream and moved out here, and like everybody just kind of like started just gravitating towards me.
I think that alone is a gift to be able to assemble.
Yeah,
you get me? Because there's a lot of people that here that don't know how to do that. But it's like I feel like once people get to know you, that don't know you, and I'm pretty sure the people that do know you, your personality is active, it's on the move, it's quick, it's, you know what I mean. Once we got to know each other, I'm like, okay, I understand why he has a team. I understand why he's moving. I understand why he's doing the things he's doing and stuff like that. Yeah. Were you modeling in Chicago?
More so just doing music, you know. I've always just been, really attractive, you know what I'm saying? So, the modeling thing kind of like didn't become serious to me until okay, these people book me because what I look like.
Yeah.
But music has just always been like the focus. And, everything else just came along with that.
Let's talk about some of the brands that you work with. Which brand is your favorite that you've worked with so far?
Probably the best treatment, the biggest check probably was Zara and Foot Action. Just the treatment, me getting actually treated like a model. They flying me, shooting me, paying me per diems, and
yeah, doing it how it's supposed to be done.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fire. And so there's a lot of people that call themselves things because it's easy to call themselves things, but it's different when you actually have the numbers to back it up. You get me? And so what would you say is your bread and butter? Is it the music? Is it the acting? Is it the modeling? Or do they all just kind of feed you equally?
I wouldn't say they feed me equally. I would say they feed me when I need to be fed.
Explain that.
I might have a good week, good 3 months, in streaming if I done put some new music out. But then I'm hustling, and my agent done booked me 2 modeling gigs that each one pay $5,000. So it's it's a flow of just that constant hustle. You grinding until you ain't got to grind no more.
The music, what was the single that you had showed me when we had first met? The player joint.
Still Not a Player.
Still Not a Player. Talk a little bit about that.
Still Not a Player was my first major single. It's kind of samples Big Pun and Joe original song Still Not a Player, but I did my little spin on it, making it a little bit more dancey, a little bit more pop. And I recorded it in the same studio that Big Pun recorded in. That's
fine. So how was it with the sample clearance? Was it an issue getting the sample cleared?
Absolutely. I mean, it's just once you come into this music world, you understand that you either gonna own your masters or you not.
Yeah.
It's just and as a new independent artist, at the time having a little deal or whatever, but it's more so okay, you get to make this hot ass track, but you maybe ain't gonna make no money off of it.
Word.
It was one of those situations where it was just it was an opportunity, and I just had to,
you had to take it. Yeah, that's fire. And so for the listeners, I feel like this is gonna be really interesting and fun. Let's talk a little bit about how we met. Let's talk about the beginning. Let's talk about our journey, where we're at with it, and how you ended up here on the couch. Right. So let's go ahead and start from it. You want me to start it off? You want to start it off? How you want to do it?
I'm gonna let you do it.
All right. So look. So I'm gonna break it down. So on Wednesdays, my man, they run Hollywood on that side of town. Jezebel, they're there every Wednesday. They Nick, Vaughn, my nigga Shay. And they connected me with Shay. He hit me up. Yo, let's meet up. Let's link. I heard you do videos. Blah 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 blah. All that good stuff. Come to the apartment. Let's link. Let's meet. All that good stuff. So we get together. We meet. Everything is good. Everything is straight. We walk in. We big smoking. Big mimosa drinking. And when it came down to the bread, everything went south.
And that's only because you wanted to be paid up front.
Yeah. Okay, so and I think this is interesting to talk about, and not to bring up the actual altercation. I think it's important to talk about how we can overcome the emotional stuff and how it's important to keep the feelings out of the business.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, right off back, I respected the talent. We wouldn't even met if that wasn't the case. It just, I just kind of felt like it wasn't no compromise, because I actually told you, how about I give you half up front and half once we done? But he a man about his business, so he that ain't how I do things. And I'm like, okay, I respect that. And it's just we flowing in the same circle. I see you making your moves, I'm making my moves. I'm just I just got nothing but love for somebody that's really trying to make they shit happen. You know what I'm saying?
With what you do you not get paid up front? Do you get the check after? How does it work for your your industry and what you do?
I mean, it depends on what industry I'm working in. Of course, in the modeling, acting thing, you pay net 30 sometimes, where you do a big job and you just waiting on that check. Most of anybody in LA that's in that world know that you ain't getting nothing that day. As it relates to the music side, you know, when it comes to shooting a professional music video, they're just like, okay, well, it's a deposit due up front. And then once stuff start to be allocated and fall in place, even if it was a situation where, as I did, you know, ask, even if it's a situation where it's like, okay, once we get to the day of shooting, I'll give you the money. But it's just like, I couldn't pay you up front knowing that I haven't gotten anything yet except for okay that, hey, I can get the job done.
I've had people do that, and then they use the money as almost like
control.
As control. It was funny because we were chilling super cool.
Right, vibing. Like.
Yeah, vibing heavy. The vibe was super heavy. And then he was like, oh, you don't know how to do business. I said, word. I said, for real. I was tripping. I was really tripping because it was like, yo, it went 0 to 100 real quick. Quick. And the thing about it is, I didn't pop off. I wasn't trying to be argumentative. And I think this is important for people to hear, because what you feed comes back to you. You get me?
Right.
And I literally just stood quiet, and I told him, and he's here to tell you the same thing. I stood quiet and said, all right, I'm a dip. And I dipped.
Right.
And we still seen each other in the same circles, the same, the same settings, same group of friends, all that good stuff. And even when I left, I even told him, I still like your music. I mean, I still rock with it.
It was one of those situations where I was like, I can only respect the fact that he does business the way he does business, and that's the way he does business. And I'm like, at the end of the day, look at his result. I know some people like, oh, give me this money up front. And it's just like, I mean, you ain't did nothing. Let me know that you deserve this. But it's just like, I was just like, shit, he do business the way he do business, and I respect that. And I was just like, I literally maybe 5 minutes after you dipped, I was like, bro, I apologize.
Yeah, he hit me with the text like, yo, my fault, I was wilding, whatever. But I could have even been the dick in the situation and been like, yo, like, because that's humbling in itself, right? Because after you just kick somebody out your crib, it wasn't even a kick out, right? We just left, and then you're saying, yo, my bad, my fault, all that good stuff. And I literally, as I was driving home, I'm like, yo, that's big. Number one, like, I believe in what you're doing. 1,000%. 1,000%. And he was just playing me some of his new music, and your vibe matches your music.
Hey.
Who you are as a person matches it. How much of your reality goes into your music?
I mean, without experience, I won't have nothing to create about. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like me just being that creator that I've always been, regardless of my situation. I'm just like, I'm gonna put all that character, all that energy, all of that creativeness into my songs, and I'm not gonna put myself in no box as it relates to what I create. Yeah.
And you heard NBA YoungBoy, the new thing he going viral for right now?
This is my shit. But,
yeah. No, he says something about he's going viral right now for saying a line about his girl in his song that gave him herpes.
I mean,
would you go that far to be that real in your music?
I mean, you have to look at the situation that if he got those type of fans that want to hear that shit, by all means. But it's just like, for me and mine, it's just like, nah, I mean, I don't want to meet the next baddest everything. And she like, didn't you say you had?
Yeah.
And you can't even
so how would you describe yourself as an artist? What type of artist are you when it comes to the music?
I'm me. I put exactly what everybody put me in that box ass, I'm gonna make a song about that shit. All of my life, whether it was high school, whether it was college, people just always made up who they thought I was based on, because I always liked to look good. I always was always talk about myself because I love myself. That's how I'm able to love everybody else.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
but it kind of throws people off because people ain't used to people doing that.
Yeah.
You understand that, right?
Absolutely.
So like, what's the dynamic between you and people, or you and your fans, or you and just the people you interact with? Like, how do you deal with that?
I mean,
knowing not everybody operates like that, knowing not everybody moves like that.
Because, like I tell everybody, instead of trying to be understood, seek to understand. You know what I'm saying? All I got is love for myself and everybody else. But I can't love anybody else if I don't love myself. And I don't come from bitch, I'm great. I'm greater than everybody. I'm like, man, I just love being me. Yeah. And you should love being you because you get to be you. Because I love that I get to be me.
Yeah. I think it's fair to say, like, it's easy to tell that you're an alpha male.
Yeah.
You get me? And so being an alpha male, it's put you in a position now where you're a spiritual leader, right? What is a spiritual leader? Or what is your title, or what do you do? Let's talk a little bit about that.
More so like, it's a spiritual leader in traditional understanding. You would look at it as a minister or a pastor. Some people come and they actually call me Pastor Chevy. I really think that's dope. It's just like music is my passion and ministry is my purpose. And it's just like, I've always been heavily involved in the church. I grew up in, the Bible and all that good stuff. But it's just like, with my current state of existence and reality, I accept all things and love all things because I seek to understand them. I don't seek to judge them. And so, what we do at Agora, we use cannabis as a sacrament, not looking at cannabis like it's a drug or it's going to take away.
Define sacrament.
Sacrament, like a sacrament is, you use it knowing that you're going to gain something that you're seeking from the universe. We use the cannabis to make ourselves
use it as a tool.
As a tool, exactly, precisely. And, with that, it's just like we're not seeking for everyone to understand it. We just leading with love, just like I do with my music, as I am as a person, and the right people will come. It's like the scripture says, your flock will follow. So do you... describe a walkthrough of a Sunday at Agora. I mean, last Sunday was magical.
It was the first Sunday?
It was...
No, for real.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I mean, but, we ain't doing communion. We ain't doing that. But, we gather, we set an intention of what we all want when we arrive. We intake the sacrament. We brought a breath worker in, and we did a whole healing, a whole cleansing. We was chanting, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I forgive you, thank you, I love you.
And you're talking to yourself, you're talking to God, you're talking
to whoever you want to be talking to, wherever you need that healing, that closure, that way forward. Most of the time it start with self. Once you get everything in self right, everything on the outside gonna be great.
There's a weed club right up the block from here that they're a church, but they only have they only do that for the non-profit purposes, right? I mean, for the financial, to be able to sell weed and not get in trouble and open up a legal shop. You guys sell weed there or no?
No, we don't sell it. You can donate towards the sacrament. I mean, but we have so many other things going on. We're partnered with, we're a donation center as well for Goodwill Salvation Army. You can come donate clothes, and we do clothing drives. We also partner with Nico Law, which is a really dope guy in Los Angeles. He feeds the homeless. When he was feeding homeless, we brought clothes, and we do a whole bunch of partnerships and just charitable events to just give back. At the end of the day, what you do for another, you do for yourself, and that's the only way you're going to gain purpose forward.
I was reading the bio. I was like, because I seen the flyer you posted, right? And then I went online to look it up, and then on YouTube they have like this lady does like a walkthrough of the facility. It kind of just like shows you what's going on over there, and I was like, it's crazy to me because I've never seen nothing like that. And it says here it's one of the first that's in LA, and it's strictly just using the medical marijuana as a tool to just better your life.
We get the cleanest herb ingrown, and we don't burn the cannabis. We don't smoke the cannabis. We heat it up in a volcano, which is just hot air.
A vaporizer,
passing. Yeah, vaporizing, hot air going into a bag, and you just breathe the air in. And before you smoke it, before you inhale it, we say a saying. We say, "May you find your peace," because at the end of the day, that's all of us is searching for is peace.
And how big is the congregation there right now?
Right now, as it relates to members, we have over 6,300 members.
At that one facility?
At that one facility. People that just come, they come for all they different reasons. You know what I'm saying?
And that's every Sunday? Or they have...
No, that's Sunday social. What I lead is on Sundays. We have members. All of our members don't participate in each event that we have or
got
each
you.
Sunday service. But as it relates to our members, because we have bronze members, silver members, and gold.
And then
members.
anybody could go sign up, right?
Yeah, it's like, but you have to have an intention. You know what I mean? That's all we expect.
I was like, yo, I got to talk about that because that's one thing. The music, I kind of got a feel for that. The modeling, I see it on IG. I see how you move, with all that stuff. But this is the one thing I'm like, it's out of the box. You get me? And so how did you get into that role? I know you were telling me when we were meeting at your spot that you were a motivational speaker before this, right?
Yeah.
So how did we like transfer into that?
Well, my manager, Danny, he actually owns it. And, as everything was just unfolding, because we've only been open for a little over 7 months. So as everything's just been unfolding, and with my gift of just ministry, I just speak to people and help them grow and make them just feel so empowered. Literally, like when I was 11 years old, I got ordained as a minister. I've been in ministry my entire life. I'm still human, so I like to have fun. But if nothing else my mama ever did for me, my mama had me at a very young age. She kept my ass at church.
Okay, but this is what I'm really like. This is what's really in my head. Like, do you guys go over the Bible in there?
Nah, we speak about love, self-awareness.
So if you're preparing for your message for your Sunday gathering, right? It's like, what's the curriculum? What are you talking about?
It's called a conscious conversation. So, we welcome everybody to, suggest things that they're going through, but I believe in alignment. Everybody that come, they're in alignment with something that I'm either wrestling with or experiencing, or somebody in the room is relatably going to. So as it relates to my ministry and my discernment, like literally I start speaking about something, just a topic, and I start to just let the Spirit just use me, and then literally everybody else open up and they add their 2 cents, and we just allow everybody to kind of like start that healing process, whether it relates to just like, man, I get this anxiety where I feel less than, I feel unworthy. And then I just come from a relatable point of like, I understand what that feels like. So do you know why? Of just understanding that why, we all come from traumas, whether it's through as being a kid, our parents not loving us right, or our brothers and sisters, or some caused us to feel less than ourselves and feel the need to be depressed. So I help people through that, just to let them know that you are worthy, you are the creator, you have the power, you survived all of that stuff in the past. All you have is right here and right now, the present. So create, love every moment of your existence, and you gonna find your peace. Yeah.
Yo, for real, look, hey, no lie, look. I'm gonna read my DM. I reposted this dude's story, right? Well, my man at hold on. Facts. I reposted it. He said, "Damn, I needed the fuck out of this, bro." My man from Jersey hit me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
And I don't even know if unorthodox is the right word to use, but it's an unorthodox message. You know what I mean? It's a non-traditional way of getting out the message that I feel like is a new wave. Like they just opened up that new cannabis cafe.
Yeah.
Have you been there or heard about it?
Uh-huh.
You been there?
I've heard about it.
I heard about
came and stopped by the temple.
Yeah. And so I feel like with everything being legalized now, like this is a whole wave.
Yeah, bro. Consciousness is evolving. Yeah. So you can't think of the past no more. You got to think of the present. Like, stop trying to make everything right or wrong, good or bad, versus just what serves you positively. Keep that. If it doesn't serve you, change it.
Yeah. So what do you say to the people that are stuck in the old ways of like, because you were raised in church, right? Christianity. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what do you say to like those people that are like, yo, like what you're doing is wrong? Because I know people. I'm a Christian myself, right? So like I know a million people that are Christians that would stand here and be like, yo, what they're doing is wrong.
I mean, in the scripture it says very clearly, judge not. Literally. So it's just like seek to understand versus being understood. We all go through something that we hiding from somebody, that we are skeletons in our closet. You know, I remember growing up, like my mom would go to church, but she felt the need to hide the fact that she smoked cigarettes. And I'm just like, I was raised in a church and I was raised to hide. Exactly.
Literally, like I traveled the world through the ministry and I was doing mad dirt because everybody that I was under was doing mad dirt, and I was raised as if like, if you don't say nothing, then you could continue to do this. Exactly. You can continue to travel, you can continue to be on stage and do all the big stuff and everything, but the moment that you come out with it, then it all gets taken away.
You know what that sounds like?
What that sound like?
That sounds like the life of a criminal. Keep doing what you're doing until you get caught. Yeah. And it's just like, even with that, bro, like my life has been a lot. And so, you know, really wanting success and creating success my way. You know what I mean? You know, I was about that money, that paper, and I needed it now. Mm-hmm. And, you know, my family taught me hustle. Don't give a fuck about nobody. Just get that money. And, you know, like you said, with the church, it taught me I can just hide everything. I can just be this light to everybody on the surface, but they didn't have to know how I got to that light and got to having the lit car, the lit clothes, the lit this, the lit that. And I stopped wanting to hide. I wanted to be as transparent as possible, because as I was helping people, people started looking in my life. So I was just like, if I'm going to really be Shevy O'Shea, I got to be able to be open and honest with every aspect of my life. Now it's to a point where it's just like, look, it is what it is.
It's liberating.
Yeah, man.
It's liberating, because it took me a while to find myself, bro. What's going on? You chilling? It took me a while to find myself, and when I did, I like telling on myself was a big thing. And I think, what was it, Lauryn Hill, when she did her Unplugged album, she did it live.
Hey, and she got a song, Get Out is mine.
Yeah, and I think she was talking about it in that album, like, if you tell on yourself, can't nobody tell on you. You get me? And that was, I heard it back then and it didn't really hit, but the moment I found myself, I understood what it meant. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, how people feel is how people feel. I can't control that. Right. There's liberty in being who you are, accepting the good, accepting the bad, and accepting the ugly. Right. If I'm thinking ugly thoughts, I just understand that's who I am right now. I don't want to be this tomorrow. Right. You get me? I'm not trying to put up this front no more, and it's just so liberating to be in that space. But I think it's very interesting with what you're doing, because it's rare to see what you guys are doing. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's the beginning of something big. Mm-hmm. You get me? That a lot of other people are going to follow into, because it's not just a business that you guys are trying to open up to call it a sanctuary or temple or church or whatever just to sell weed.
Yeah, I mean, the main purpose is we helping ourselves become better people so we can help people become better people. And it's just like, at the end of the day, it serves purpose to grow your neighbor versus to judge them, hate on them, belittle them, make yourself think you better than your neighbor because you feeling all that stuff about yourself. So if you clean up your inner self, your outer world will be everything it needs to be. And that's how you get to peace. May you find your peace.
Who is Shevy O'Shea?
Shevy O'Shea is just, you know.
And where are you at in life right now?
Man, I'm just in peace with so much humility, so much. Did I say that word right? I hope I did.
Humility.
You know, that H word. But as my grandma would say, I'm very humble. But you know, I'm just in a very peaceful state where I love everything, and even like you said, good, bad, ugly, you know, it's just like I'm loving that ugly to the point where I'm like, that ugly ain't so bad. That ugly is making me who I am, and you create that balance because you need that negative and that positive.
Without the ugly, you won't know what beauty is.
Absolutely. So it's just like Chevy O'Shea is just a heavy hitter, you know, extraordinaire. There's no limits to what I can and can't do. You know, if I put my mind to it, if anybody put their mind to doing something, your mind will start to just put the pieces together, and the universe will work in your favor, and know that life is happening for you, not to you. So I'm just a dreamer and an action taker, a risk taker, and a faith liver, and a lover, and that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah.
What's coming up? What's next? What can we expect? I know there's music you've been working on.
I mean, as far as the music is, it's just like with how the world sees me as this, I got it all together, I'm so perfect, I will never put none out that I'm just not like it. That shit is the truth. So yeah, I've shot tons of music videos, but if it ain't perfect, it ain't coming out. So for this, I finally got the dopest producer, the dopest team. So I want people to see every layer of me unapologetically. So January 1st, 2020, 2 singles simultaneously dropping that showcases my melodic singing side as well as my street hard hip-hop side. And that's just going to continue to unfold everything that I got coming. An EP with 37 plus songs, you know, Chris Brown without the bullshit. That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's fire. Okay, so is your strength singing? Is it rapping? What's your strength? Or is it just balanced out right now with the whole melodic sound that's out there?
Well, my cousin Tiana Taylor said it best. I do everything.
For real, she's really your cousin?
Yeah, we got the same auntie.
Yo, this dude is wildin'. Oh man, I love it. I love it a lot. Your energy, bro, it's contagious. Your sound is contagious. Your mood, your vibe. Your birthday just passed.
Yes.
I'm sad I couldn't be there for it. I had other engagements I had to attend to, but my man showed up in an Iron Man mask, studded out.
Absolutely.
Studded out.
Because, you know, it's just, I wanted to just, because people always judge me, bro. Whether I'm the flyest nigga or the ugliest nigga, it's just like I always get judged. But I know my light just shines. So I wanted to make a mask that say that regardless of you see me or you see the man behind the mask, at the end of the day, you gonna like it.
For real, you gonna be watching.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fire. All right, so let's get into some phone calls. Let's dialogue on them and let's see what we got going on. We got a whole bunch of them just came through right now too.
Let's go.
So let's play a few of them and then we'll see what sticks. This segment is called Talk to Me Nice. It's brought to you by Sell 2. They buy, sell, trade. Be sure to tap in with them ASAP. Really cool people. Sell 2, they're in the city of West Covina. Check them out, look them up. Here we go. First call.
Hey, Chevy. Hey, LIQ Podcast. It's Keon and Nicole.
Hey.
Chevy, what do you tell yourself throughout the day and in the studio to stay so positive? Out of everyone, you always have the best energy. Love you guys.
So what do you tell yourself throughout the day to just keep yourself positive? Because as positive as anybody could be, you have down moments, right? So not when you're positive, but when you're down, what does Chevy tell himself?
That I'm creating that negative thought, that possibility of something going wrong, it does not exist but in my head. So, you know, I worked with a really, really talented artist, and he told me, when you go to get into them deep thoughts, find your nose. And then you realize,
explain that.
Like, you realize that all that shit is going on in your head. It does not exist. Even when something could possibly be nearing a positive, negative outcome, it does not exist. It shouldn't make you feel negative, make you feel unworthy or less than. But what is real is your nose. So you find that to let you know that all that stuff in your head, it ain't real unless you create it, but your nose is real.
So how often do you have bad days?
I mean, it's getting better, bro. Like, I don't create bad in my experience anymore. I look at those days as learnable days. What is today gonna teach me that made me experience a little adversity that I can just give a little bit more love to, so that tomorrow I ain't gotta feel that no more? Because that's what we do. We allow those situations to make us feel so down to a point where we gonna feel that shit again. Versus I'm acknowledging that I don't want to feel this shit, and I know why I'm feeling it. So moving forward, I don't need to experience this no more, because I ain't gonna do that thing that made me feel that, or I ain't gonna think that way that made me feel that.
Practically, what do we do? Because that's talking to yourself. But practically, you surround yourself around people, you work out,
I mean, more so, bro, I'm learning what you consume is very important. So I try to eat the best things, I like a little tequila. But you know what I'm saying?
kill you.
My thing is, like, you definitely need to surround yourself with like minds, people that speak your language, that you can talk about your problems or your issues or your areas of opportunities with, where it ain't like it's a misery love company situation. It's like, yeah, bro, you feeling that? Now grow, become better, be supportive.
How quick are you to get rid of people that don't think like you?
Well, what I tell my team now, because Maya Angelou said it best, when a person shows you who they are, believe them the first time. What I add on that, and this is my coin frame, so when it go viral, I created this. So
get it.
When a person shows you who they are, believe them the first time, or have a conversation. At that point, look, this is how what you doing is making me feel. If you care and respect me the way that I care and respect myself and you to be having this conversation, how can we work or compromise so that you don't have to do that thing that makes me feel the way that I feel, why I shouldn't really be fucking with you? But if you gonna grow with me, we can figure this out together.
Wait, next phone call. I think that answers thoroughly.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right, let's get it.
Hey, yo, what's happening? It's your boy, you know what I'm saying?
Hey!
At Mo, you feel me? At a raw Mo, straight jacket, had it ball flow, you did? No, but on the real though, man, just wanted to call in, got a couple, questions / comments for you. First off, since I've known you, you have, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote, farted quality, in everything that you do, everything that you touch is gold, man. So, where do you draw inspiration and how do you, continue to keep yourself on that cutting edge? That's my first question. And then I did hear at the latter part of your greeting, instead, you know what I'm saying, to plug the music. So yeah, look me up on Instagram, everywhere, Admo, ADDMO. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to LIQ.
That's my guy Mo,
who created the name. But yeah, you can find me everywhere, ADDMO, on all streaming platform websites as well. Look up my music, my new album, When Leaves Change. Well, you know what I'm saying? Not so much new now, but I did drop it earlier this year. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you appreciate that real life stuff, then I guarantee you won't be disappointed. But yeah, man, LIQ, I love the podcast. Shout out to you and Warren, man. You guys are doing your thing. Continue to keep shining, bro, and keep God first, bro. God bless. Much love. Yes,
I bet. Mo, I appreciate you calling in. I'll start with you and then I'll hop on with you. So, where do you draw inspiration from and how do you keep cutting edge?
Honestly, first off, much love to Mo. Appreciate you. I'm gonna check your music out.
He got bars too. Look, wait, little background story on his name. His name is Mo, right? Mm-hmm. His name is Moses. But when I started working with him, he didn't have a rap name or nothing like that. But like we was in studio sessions and I was engineering. And you know how like when you trying to record, you just got those people in the room talking and you're like, yo, shh. Yo, we recording. He would like be quiet for a second and then keep talking. So we named him Admo. It's ADD Mo. That's how he came about. Admo. Yeah. That's how the name came about. But yeah, where do you draw inspiration from?
Just honestly, I hate to say this, but I gotta just say it. My biggest musical inspiration is R. Kelly. Lord forbid what he got going on in his personal life. He's a musical genius. Like, I mean, musical genius.
Okay, so listen, there's so many people that have cut off his catalog because of what he's done. You still playing R. Kelly heavy?
I mean, at the end of the day, them songs ain't do nothing to nobody. Like, at the end of the day, and people need to understand that everybody, I don't care what nobody say, deserves redemption. Because where I grew up, like 15, 16-year-olds, they had 28, 25-year-old boyfriends.
Are you excusing what was done?
I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying, like, people don't know the situations. People don't know, like, was it conversations with their mamas? Was they 18? Like, what? Like,
he's kidnapping women though.
Well, I don't know the extent of all that. I just heard he had a couple.
Oh no! Did you see the Finding R. Kelly?
Nah, so I'm just
okay.
I'm just saying he makes great music.
Yeah.
I ain't excusing his behavior. I don't condone. What is it called?
Underage.
Incest?
No. Incest is when you sleep with your relative. Underage. What do you call it? Being with a minor.
Being with somebody that you know ain't legal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't condoning that. You know, God have mercy on his soul. But my thing is, like, at the end of the day, growing up in Chicago, R. Kelly was the GOAT. You know, but as far as, like, musical inspirations, Kanye's the GOAT. Chance the Rapper's to go. You know, I love Toni Braxton. Like, people don't even understand, like, what her and Babyface did, you know, and her story. You know, I love TLC, Chili. I want to be like her. She don't age, you know, and stuff
really
like
don't.
that. TLC was so creative. Like, it was very, like, an artist. It wasn't just like, oh, I make music. It was like, no, I gave a personality, I gave a look, I gave a sound, like, and that constantly, you know, evolved. Like, the only artist that I think that does that today, like, that is big, who constantly reinvents themselves, is Rihanna.
Yeah. Did you see her diss Tyler when she hit the stage?
I mean,
she was at an award show and Tyler, announced her to come up and he tries to go in for a kiss and she literally just puts his face off like, yo, chill out. She's an icon, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't kiss an icon when she's coming up on stage like that.
Yeah, he was out of line, but Tyler's the go-to. Shit.
Yo, me personally, I draw inspiration from people. Yeah. I draw inspiration from research. I draw inspiration from life. I draw inspiration from God. I draw inspiration from not being content. Mm-hmm. You get me? It's for me, you know, like you were asking me earlier, like, how did you come up with this concept and this idea? It was just, I didn't want to be the same dude. Mm-hmm. I want to make noise. I want to do it intentionally.
Exactly.
You get me? It's just me putting my mind down on paper and then executing.
Right.
And that's what it is. But I can't do that without being aware of what's going on and hearing people's stories or seeing what's going on in the internet or seeing what's trending and moving and stuff like that. So me personally, my inspiration comes from all that stuff.
Right.
It comes from life. It comes from relationships. It comes from the good, the bad, and the ugly about myself. It comes from finding me. So that's my inspiration. And then how do you stay cutting edge with it?
I mean, honestly, I feel like 100%, because even with like the fashion stuff, like somehow, some way, this shit just laying on my brain. And when I put it on, I'm like, damn, the celebrities wearing the shit that I'm wearing. And it just happens like that. And I just feel like, you know, maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Have you ever been starstruck?
Nah, like, I don't even like going to concerts.
Yeah,
that ain't my thing. Like, I've always I respect everybody. Like, there's some legends out there, but it's just like, they're human just like me.
All right, let's play the next phone call.
Hey, Chevy, it's Nabil. Hey, when's the next drop, bro? You feel me? You know, I'm waiting, bro. You feel me? And hey, shout me out, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bro and all. You feel me? Put me on, bro. Hey. Okay.
hey, if you heard this podcast earlier, January 1st, we coming. Happy New Year's, midnight, 1 o'clock. Do we know what time we dropping?
New Year's Day. Get the fuck up. We'll be on the motherfucking platforms.
All right, let's
I wasn't supposed to tell nobody. That ain't the name. That ain't the name. It's something else.
All right, let's run it up. Next one.
Yo, this is Mr. Sanders from Hollywood, California. Just had a question for Chevy. And I just wanted to know, like, what's the what is the brand that is Chevy O'Shea? What should we be expecting? What's coming out? What's the mission? That's what I want to know. Thanks, guys. Talk soon. Peace.
All right, Mr. Sanders, I feel like if we get to you, you could hear the episode and we kind of answered all that in a nutshell. You want to add to that?
I'm going to just say the mission, the purpose, everything is fearlessness. Like that kind of surfaces and couples everything as it relates to the brand, who I am, what I'm doing, my team. It's just fearlessness across the board.
Fearlessness. Let's run it up. Next call. Let's see what we got. This dude got a lot of calls from him today.
Man, what's going on? What's going on, man? It's your boy Anti-Two-Flight. Calling my boy Chevy, mother Shay. You know what I'm saying? I'm just calling to check in, man. I want to tell you, man, keep doing big things. You a star, man. Keep your foot on their necks, man. It's who, yeah. Don't stop singing, boy. And I got one question. When is the Anti-Two-Fly pass out? So he gonna do it?
What'd he say? When's the what?
We did a dope collab. Dope collab. It's fire, but it's gonna be on the project. It's coming. You know that the record's so lit. It gotta drop in the summertime, and it gotta drop with a video.
How many songs are on the project?
Right now, 37.
Stop it. Literally. You doing double disc?
I mean, that's why we was thinking about calling it Chris Brown without the bullshit. I love Chris Brown. All love, bro.
Yo, really got that many songs?
It's 37 right now, yes.
So that's so interesting to me because everybody's into dropping shorter music right now.
No, I ain't one of them artists. I'm creating music. I'm creating a song for there's going to be a song from every genre on my project. And I'm executing and killing every motherfucking record.
So how do you make it a cohesive piece with it being so widespread?
Because it's me. Shevy O'Shea delivering every one of those sounds.
Yo, he played me a song earlier, and it sounded like some stuff out here Skrillex playing.
Yeah.
And then he played me some R&B stuff. Man. It all sounds quality. I can't say that it don't. All right, so we're gonna end like this. We do a segment called Dear Internet. And basically, this is that camera right there that's on you. You're going to start off with Dear Internet, and this is your last goodbye to everybody that's out there. Whatever you want to leave them with, go ahead and leave them with there. Face that camera and go ahead.
Dear Internet. I wonder all these niggas, these bitches, they want me to fall, but I don't give a fuck about none of y'all. Ain't scared of y'all and don't fuck with y'all. I'm all about motherfucking paper. Zero fucks to a motherfucking hater. I'm a rich shit guy, get rich quick, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, nigga, bitch, try and get rich, get money like the motherfucking banks do. Bring shut, pull up, so I had to come through. Now I got the bag, that's how I got the bag. You niggas keep wondering just how I got the bag, cause I ain't never had shit and I don't mind taking it. So if you wanna do something, yeah, bitch, make quick money on my money on my time, and I ain't got no time to be wasting no time. Look at the flick of the wrist. The nigga, he fresh and he fly than a bitch. Look up a nigga, I'm stacking my bricks. You too, nigga, can get your bricks. Love everybody. I'm Chevy O'Shea. I don't give a fuck about none of that hate shit. I love everybody, and I want y'all to love me right back. All right?
Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the vibe. For more episodes like this, go to LIQpodcast.com. Be sure to interact with us. Like, comment, subscribe at LIQ Podcast. Chevy, what's your Instagram?
Chevy O'Shea. Chevy SHEVYOSHEA, baby.
Till next time, it's the LIQ Podcast. We out here. This was fun. Yeah, that was fire, bro.